Greatness can come from anywhere.
I draw inspiration from the Filipino people and to God and my family. Hard work is the most difficult things in boxing.
Let's get into it.
Jermell Charlo is a very, very smart competitor, y'all. He's smarter than I give him credit for. I'm gonna be honest. Let me say, y'all, let me explain why. Jermell Charlo is not undefeated. His only loss coming from Castano, which he vindicated that loss. Canelo Alvarez is one of the biggest draws in boxing. Pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the sport. Right now, in my opinion, Terrence Bud Crawford is at the top of that list, at the top of that pound for pound list right now. But Jermell Charlo, if the WBO didn't strip Jermell Charlo of that belt, and I believe that he still has that belt, but I believe after the fight, they're going to formally strip him of that belt. And I really don't understand the politics of it, so I'm not going to get too deep into it. But because of those politics, fights are going to be generated and money is going to be generated. And Charlo is still a unified champion, and right now he is facing Canelo Alvarez, pound for pound, one of the biggest draws in the sport of boxing. Now, Jermell Charlo, he walks around at that weight. A lot of people are talking about him coming up from 54 to 68 to fight Canelo Alvarez. I get that. At first, I said the same thing, but then I had to think about it. Like, these guys walk around heavy, and Charlo is he's one of those guys, man. Like, Charlo walks around pretty heavy, so he walks around probably at 68 or maybe more. So him taking that fight with Canelo was not only a great chess move. The only downside of Jermell Charlo fighting Canelo Alvarez is he lost his WBO strap. That's about it. But he's going to gain so much more. Canelo gave Charlo the opportunity. It's going to be a huge payday. It's going to be a great fight. Jermell Charlo has a chance in that fight. Canelo Alvarez, although he may have lost a step, he is still a dangerous competitor. He still has power. He has tons of experience. Canelo Alvarez, man, is not only experienced, but like I said, Canelo Alvarez, he done seen it all. He done been in there with punchers. You know what I'm saying? Like 11. He done been in there with boxers. You know what I'm saying? Like Laura. So let me tell y'all, man, like Canelo Alvarez, he's seen it. He pretty much seen it all. You know what I mean? So with him losing to Floyd Mayweather, with him losing to Dimitri Bivol, and if he loses to Charlo, where does this put Canelo Alvarez? I think he still will fight. He said it himself. He wants to fight for at least another 2-3 years. So even if Canelo loses this fight, don't look for Canelo Alvarez to just shell up and say, you know what, man, I lost. I'm going to retire. He got money. He has a great legacy, pound for pound Hall of Famer. No, Canelo Alvarez is still going to be fighting after this fight. That's what makes this fight such a great fight. Canelo, I believe, is 33 years old. So even if he loses this fight, Canelo Alvarez, he still has great fights left to fight in the sport of boxing. Canelo Alvarez is one of those names, like Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. Like, if you step into the ring with these guys, it doesn't matter if they're in their 30s. It doesn't matter. Just because of who they are, the contributions that they have left in the sport of boxing, these guys will always draw the attention of the boxing public. Casuals, hardcore boxing fans, the latter. Jermell Charlo is a very smart competitor. He has a legacy fight with Canelo Alvarez, a great payday. After this fight, just think, if he is successful, if he beats Canelo Alvarez and becomes undisputed at 68, a 3-belt unified champion at 154, that in itself puts Jermell Charlo on not only on the pound for pound list, but that puts Jermell Charlo maybe at probably at number 3. That might put Jermell Charlo maybe number 3, number 4, depending upon, you know what I'm saying? Because you know Usyk, the world loves Usyk. But you know Bud Crawford is going to be there. You know Naoya and Inoue is going to be there. So number 3, can Charlo knock off somebody like a Usyk? Being undisputed at 168 and then being a unified champion at 154, I think that's enough leverage to kind of bump whoever in that 3rd spot out of the way and put Jermell Charlo in the pound for pound rankings at number 3, in my opinion. To give everybody a quick update, we all know that Spence got 30 days to activate and trigger that rematch clause. He has not done so yet. So Errol Spence is still probably weighing his options. The WBC has elevated Errol Spence in the WBC ranking to number 3. So the word is probably out there that Errol is going to be at 154, although he didn't trigger the rematch clause yet. And if you see Terrence Bud Crawford, he's still making his media rounds. You see him doing these podcasts. Bud is still in shape. Bud is still looking like the weight that he was the night of the fight. So Bud is ready to go up to 154. He's already just like he was disciplined mentally going into the Spence fight with his weight and with his diet. He's doing the same thing at 54. Terence Crawford is already getting ahead of the curve. I assure you guys of that. But pay attention, because Charlo, he's about to fight Canelo. The big question is, once he fights Canelo, question is, will he win or will he lose? The good thing about winning is he'll become undisputed at 68, go back down to 54, still be a unified champion. He's gonna have a little bit of weight if he's able to knock off Canelo. But if he loses to Canelo, hey, dare to be different, try to be great. Same thing they said about Canelo when he moved up in Fort Bevo and got outclassed and got beat. They're gonna say the same thing about Charlo. Now he goes back down to 154. He's still a champion, still a unified champion. He's only missing one belt. He puts that fight together with Tim Tszyu. If he's able to knock off Tim Tszyu is hungry, he's skilled, he's young. Who knows, man? I give him a shot in that fight, but Charlo could possibly get the knockout. If he gets that WBO strap back, becomes undisputed legitimately again at 154, then he makes that fight with Terence Crawford. After Crawford and Spence, they have that rematch. But who knows, man? Like I said, if they split, if Spence, if he wins that second fight, who knows? They may do it again. But if they do it again, I truly believe that Bud will that'll probably be Bud's next fight. He probably will fight Charlo. And then after that Charlo fight, win or lose, he'll probably fight Spence again. Maybe. We got to see how things. But it's going to be real interesting. Now that 154 is Bud new hunting ground, is Spence new hunting ground. It's getting real interesting. And right now, while Charlo, he's pound for pound, the guy at that weight, but he's away right now, taking care of that Canelo business. More to come. That's all I got. Talk Nation, stand up as your boy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You already know how I play. Share the truth.
Fatality.